Let's talk about a juicy, very exciting topic, which is pleasure. I mean, if we're talking about creating an extraordinary life, pleasure has to be part of the conversation, right? So I'm gonna share with you 4 ways that you can create more pleasure in your life right away. And the first of those is that pleasure is a state of being. Pleasure has to come from within to without. Sometimes people are just searching on the outside for pleasure, trying to get more pleasure from a person or from a new travel experience or insert whatever pleasurable experiences there are. And the problem with that is that when we seek pleasure that way, it always has to be more and more and more, because we already experienced one element of the pleasure and then we need something else to feel the same fulfillment. So what if instead we turn that pleasure inside, then going out into the world having pleasurable experiences? So how do you do that? The best practice that I know is to allow gratitude to blossom into pleasure. So think of it this way. I'm sure you have some kind of gratitude practice that looks like you're so grateful at dinner time. You might talk about the things that you're grateful for, or at bedtime, or maybe you write in a 5-minute journal, or whatever it is that you do. The gratitude practice is awesome, and it usually has us focusing on something from the past or the future. So what if you take something that you're grateful for and allow it to turn into a current pleasure? Because pleasure has to be experienced in the here and now. So one example I'm going to give you is gratitude for your body. So that's something that I feel amazing gratitude for. I'm so grateful for my body, that it's healthy, that it serves me the way that it does. Just every element, I try to experience a ton of gratitude for my body. So what if within that feeling of gratitude, I experience also the pleasure of my body? And that is the way it feels when I touch it. That's the way it feels when I just close my eyes and feel what it feels like to be in this skin. I'm appreciating my body in the current moment through actual physical sensations. So I have a little secret I want to share with you. It's something kind of personal, but I think it's going to really support you. And that is, I used to have this idea that I wanted to be really thin. I was just like exercising all the time and I wanted to look stick thin like I could be in a magazine. And I was really unhappy and unsatisfied with my body. And I had this crazy experience in my 20s where I became interested in being with women. So I had several intimate experiences with women. And what I realized from that was how much I enjoyed a woman's curvy body. And I'm telling you this because what it did for me was it completely shifted the way that I thought about my own body. Suddenly, instead of wanting to be really skinny and bony, I realized I wanted to have some curves. I want my body to feel soft and feminine. And that allowed me to take the leap from hating my body, not liking all these pieces, trying to exercise it off, into really enjoying the places where I do have curves and where my body is softer like a woman. And so anything that you could do, whether it's your awareness in this area, whether it's just feeling a gratitude for your body is what allows you to be here on this planet, embracing that and really enjoying it is probably the core piece in the beginning of really feeling physical pleasure. The second way to experience more pleasure in your life has gotta be to calendar it. That may look like calendaring a date with your partner or even a date with yourself. That could also look like sometimes I just want to calendar a night in my bed with my computer and eating popcorn. You know, the other day I watched Crazy Rich Asians and it's such a whatever movie, but it made me feel good, and just the opportunity to do nothing and watch a mindless, cute little movie and eat popcorn in my bed was amazing and something I don't do very often. So it was a pleasure. And the pleasure of it has to come from me being in the moment and appreciating it and being aware of how nice this is, how good my bed feels, how much I'm enjoying doing nothing. Insert whatever it is for you, putting time on the calendar where you're going to be conscious about what you're doing and what you're experiencing is an awesome way to up-level your pleasure. The third way to experience more pleasure, explore your sexuality. Now, If you're watching this video, I'm sure you're a person who has done some exploration of what it is that you like sexually. But I want to invite you to really ask yourself, for the woman that I am right now, what am I interested in? Because here's the thing, the more that we explore and the more that we experience and grow, the more we have new interests, new desires. And a lot of times as we get into relationships, if we don't have a necessarily growth-based relationship where things kind of get in a rut and stay the same, or as we get into, how we know ourselves and who we should be, a lot of times we get stuck in doing things the same old way. So I want you to ask yourself, for the woman I am right now, today, what am I interested in exploring sexually? Is it to try something new with your partner that you've never tried before? Is it playing out a new fantasy, something that you think is like kind of exciting, but you've never actually tried? Maybe it's being with another person. Maybe it's being with 2 other people. Maybe it could be anything that your heart desires, and you can go explore first in your mind, what is that? And then ask yourself, how am I going to look into this? Am I willing to check it out? Am I going to try something new? And the last way that I've got for you today on experiencing more pleasure is being in service. So there is no faster way to pull us out of whatever craziness is going on in the mind of, my life's not where I want it to be, my finances aren't good enough, I'm unhappy about whatever in life. There's no faster way to get out of that than to go and help someone else. So one of the practices I have is that my daughter and I go to the park where there are homeless people, and we take water and baby wipes to pass out. And I'm telling you, whatever I have going on in my life, while I'm passing out baby wipes to someone, knowing that that's how they shower, I can feel amazing about my circumstances. So at a basic level, going out to help other people feels really good. And again, if I'm conscious about the pleasure that I'm experiencing from that, it's hugely uplifting. Another piece of being in service could be, how are you helping other people out in your day-to-day life? Getting on the phone with people for business is one thing. Getting on the phone where I'm thinking about every single conversation, how can I help this person? Who can I connect them to? What resources can I offer? That feels amazing to me. And then the other element that's possible in this is, how are you in service in your business? How is your business set up to make other people's lives amazing and outstanding? And how are you delivering value beyond what people could possibly expect? There's a huge element of pleasure in that, because we as human beings are really set up inside to be connected, to be nurturing each other and helping each other. So the more that you can access this in your daily life, the more you can be experiencing pleasure from helping other people. So if any of these topics are something that interests you, I would love for you to join us in the Warriors of the Heart Society over on Facebook. We have an awesome group of growth-minded women who are supporting each other, who are growing their lives, growing their businesses, and really doing amazing things. So come over and join us, and I hope you have an amazing day.